This cute little guy is a $10 wireless mini controller that works on your Switch, Android and iOS, and most importantly, your PC. Let's take a look. What up, fam? Welcome back to 88-Bit Tech. I'm AJ, and today we are reviewing the STK 7051. This is a multifunctional mini wireless controller that I got on a bundle deal off of AliExpress, a set of 2 controllers for $20 US delivered. Not too bad. Affiliate links for this in the description. It'll really help the channel out and doesn't cost you any extra. I bought these 2 controllers for PC because I don't have a Switch or any console for that matter, and I don't play games on my phone. But we do have friends and little ones that come over occasionally, and I wanted a cheap controller for them to use with my mini ITX Media PC for some simple games like Overcooked. But I was sadly misled by the listing. According to the manual, these controllers are only compatible with PC via wired connection. I could connect them via Bluetooth to my PC, however, they would not work in any Steam games. When I plug them up manually, the PC registers the controllers as an Xbox controller and they work just fine. I was about to return them, but then I remembered Google exists. And luckily I was able to find some people way smarter than me who developed a program called BetterJoy that allows these controllers to be used wirelessly to your PC. I'll include the download link for that program in the description. Let's take a look at the listing.
I did pick up the white version here on sale. There was a bundle deal, so I was able to get 2 for $20 US delivered. So pretty good deal. Watch out for those sales. Built for your Switch devices, and it should work. I don't have a Switch, but it should work pretty easily with that. Does actually come with rumble or dual vibration in the handles, and apparently tilt functionality as well, or tilt recognition. You can change the intensity of the rumble on the gamepad as well. There's no software that you need for it to do that. As you can see here, it shows that it is PC Windows compatible, supports wired and wireless connections. This there's a caveat here that is definitely not explained when you purchase it. Out of the box, it will play Steam games wired, but if you want to play your Steam games wirelessly, you're gonna need some extra steps. Works with Android and iOS. I don't have iOS, I do have an Android, and it did work connecting it to that, with some caveats there too. I don't play Android games, so I had to download Blood Strike, and all the buttons work except for R2, L2, and the D-pad, which was problematic because those are normally the shooting buttons, but you can remap it. Still, I'm sure there's like an Android app to be able to get this working more readily on Android phones. I didn't play around with it all too much because, like I said, I don't play Android games at all. But it does connect to it. Does also have RGB lighting that you can adjust with this button here, or you can hold it and it'll shut it off. These LEDs here tell you what mode the controller is in. So according to the manual, LED 1 is for wired gamepad, but I also think it's for your Switch, or it might be all 4. It doesn't actually say in here. But LED 2 is for iOS and Android. And if you have LEDs 1, 2, and 3, it's wired Xbox controller plug-in. Doesn't it have an option for wireless PC in the manual itself? Very light. It's not very thick at all. And it is a compact mini controller, so probably not the best for long form gaming. However, for like a game of Overcooked with your friends, or if you have friends and family over and their kids are over, they can use this controller and it'll be fine for that purpose. It is USB-C charging as well. One thing you will note, if you're used to Xbox controllers or PC controllers, these letters are flipped. So this is supposed to be X and Y and A and B. Well, we can fix that later, and we will. It does come in 3 different colors, by the way. Sale was only for the white one, unfortunately.
So here we have the controller. Let's do a quick sound test before I turn this on. So it charges via USB-C here, I haven't really had time to test the battery life, but it seems to be fine. I had a 30-minute session on Star Wars Battlefront 2 and it lasted just fine on that. So to turn this on, you just need to hit this S button. You just hold this button until it starts to blink rapidly. So this is in pairing mode now. All you need to do is go to add Bluetooth device, Bluetooth, and it should come up as Pro Input Controller. Let me do that again. Yep, there we go. So it's just the one, and go ahead and hit connect. And you'll see also here, I have this program called BetterJoy. So you need to download this program and follow the installation instructions in order to be able to get this controller working on Steam or other launchers like Epic Launcher, for example. So it finds it here, and all you have to do is add controller here, and I've already added it, but it'll be in all devices here, so you just need to move it over to Switch Controller and select down here Pro Controller, apply and close. But you can see it's popped in there, so it's working fine. I'm just gonna go ahead and minimize that. You can control the RGB with this button here. There's a couple different options. Let's see if I can make this easier to see. You can shut it off. I'm gonna shut it off for now. And a couple of the other buttons here, we do have a turbo button here, plus or minus. So this ends up being like the start menu and then like an inventory menu. There's also a T button here. So this is for the rumble. If you hold this and press left or right, you can change the intensity of the rumble. I personally keep it off just because it's a bit distracting. And P changes the mode, but it doesn't really do anything once you're connected. So let me see, and it's working just fine. And as you can see, it works wirelessly. However, if you don't get that app, it will only work with PC if you have it wired. So, like I mentioned before, these keys are backwards. However, I did buy 2 of these, and this one I already took apart and swapped out the keys. It's actually relatively easy to take apart, but now it's like a normal PC controller. So the commands will make sense. And since I'm getting this for like family get-togethers and friends and family with kids coming over and stuff, if they need to look at the controller to tell what keys they're pressing, at least it's correct. There's the difference. So let's take it apart. Holding it together, there's just these 6 screws on the back. Okay, just put these aside. They're all the same screw, so mixing them up shouldn't matter, but I still like to put whatever screws came from where they belong. So now that we have that apart, it just comes apart. You can kind of get your nail in here. Just be careful. Just like that, it comes apart. So there's the bottom half of it. Set that aside for now. And then the inside here, there's your battery. These cables here you can easily unplug, but it's for the motors for the rumble. And they just pop out like so. Yep, just like that. But you need to unplug these in order to get underneath. Boom. Now these also have several screws. I can't remember the first one I took apart if they're all the same or not, but I definitely want to keep these screws as they should be. There's two different levels to this. This top one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 screws, and then the bottom one has 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You don't need to unplug the battery here, but I'm gonna go ahead and start unscrewing this. This top board is plugged into the bottom one, so be careful when removing this one. All right, with that, this board will just come right out. And boom, just set that off to the side. So there are all the innards. So we need to swap out this one, the A key, swap it out with the B key. Oh, sorry, that's X. Sorry. A key is down here. A and B key. So the A is on the bottom. B is here. Don't worry, they only go in one way. As you can see, like they're the point of connections, the one's thicker and one's smaller than the other, so you can't put it in upside down or anything like that. And we're done modding it. That's it. And those are the two rumble motors. And this just pops right back in. So this is what I was telling you about. It's hard to see. Let me get the flashlight. There's a plug that's just in here that connects this top motherboard into this part here. So it can come apart. Just need to screw this back in here. There we go. I forgot that you actually need to lift this up in order for this to come down. There we go. Something is preventing it from coming down here. Oh, the triggers. So just make sure you move the triggers up so these can fall into place. Remember, you shouldn't really be forcing anything down. Oh, that's just the screw that popped out. Yeah, no worries. And you can plug this back in. I'm gonna plug this, the other rumble side back in. Cool. Put this screw back in. There we go. And let's just do a real quick phone comparison. So there's the phone. It's a compact Asus Zenfone 9. There's the controller. We live in a small flat in Sydney, so space is definitely an issue. So the size of these controllers is really nice. I think most people will be completely fine with smaller play sessions. Definitely not something that you're going to use for a main controller, but it's $10, guys. And it looks pretty sweet. Affiliate links for the product in the description below. They really do help the channel out and help me make more content like this for you guys. If you have any questions regarding this controller, please leave in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Kindly do the YouTube thing, like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.